Alright, it's time to kill Roshan. We have to get advantage for our team right now. Yep, the gold, the levels, everything. Alright, so welcome with the second hero of my new series, and this one will be Visage, Necrolic. I would not do this Visage in this version normally, but he is actually called Visage and a Necrolic, and he has same skin. So I'm kind of forced to do this because he looks absolutely same. He's got even icon and same spell as he will have in the future. Okay, in a recent version, same spell with a different statistics and different, number, let's say, of these gargoyles, but it's the same spell, so I have to cover him. And this is old version. Okay, I'm gonna just show you very briefly these spells, because this was something not really balanced and not really Dota related. Okay, it's Dota, but it's that old Dota that it's not even Dota anymore for me. So there we go. Of course, I'm kind of far in the base, so why not use my Blink? Yep, I got Blink as a Visage, as you can see. 1 mana requirement, because that's what you need, right? Why more? Why give something that ridiculous more mana requirement? Okay, it's level 12 Visage. His attack speed kind of sucks, I have to say. Yep, it's not really that much. So we have a Frenzy, which will allow him to attack 160% faster. 160% faster. Of course, this is level 4, so on level like 3 it was only 120, so don't worry about it. It's not that ridiculous. So 160. I don't think I can even see the attack speed. Jesus. Nope, can't. It's just something going there. You kind of notice that these creeps are very aggressive. They are using spells and everything. Like, this guy was stunning me. So these creeps in the old versions were really aggressive. Yep, see, he's even calling them back from dead. So that is the first spell of the Visage, Frenzy, 160% of attack speed. This was actually a spell later on introduced in a Viper, or on Viper as a, as a Frenzy. Not with 160%, it was like 80 maybe. So there you go. And next spell is of course Synergy with your undead units, which are the gargoyles, and it's the Death Pack. It's from Warcraft 3 campaign of the Arthas, meaning the undead Arthas Death Pack, so you can actually sacrifice your unit for health, and there's a percentage. So on level 4 it will be 100%, so 350, or your undead creeps, which will be 550. And there's actually saying that friendly undead units, so only these guys and these guys you can do. You know why undead units and not like these trends? Because you can only pick Visage as a Scourge in these versions, okay? There was no all pick. As a Sentinel, you can pick only these heroes, and as a Scourge, you can pick only these heroes, so that's why it's undead unit, alright? And now the ulti. The ulti. Of course, I'm gonna blink. There we go, that's what you do as a Visage. Normal gameplay of Visage. The classic gameplay. So these gargoyles, 46 damage, 55, or 255. Health-wise, it's 450 actually. Yep, 450 on level 11, ulti. Ulti level 2, that's what I mean. So you can have 7 of these. It's kind of ridiculous because if you watch the Keeper of the Light, like it was, if you have Agony, it could be more than 20, let's say 20 of these priests. So in the past, like, people thought that if it will have summons, it has to be at least 10 of them. No less than 10 summons, okay? Because that would be ridiculous having just 2 units, like, good micro. Just full group, why not? It sounds great. Yes, level 3 of this ulti you can have 10 gargoyles, which will definitely do some damage. So blink in the action, frenzy, and here we go. I'm losing my health, I'm sacrificing creeps. Amazing. The classic gameplay of Visage with the army that can probably block the path with this form. So, yep, pretty normal. And you can freely run away, or run away, blink away, that's what I meant. So there you go, this is the ult Visage, blocking the line and running away with my blink. Yeah, so let's go with the more serious versions, more recent ones, the ones that I actually played, alright? I think it will be more fun. Actually, it won't, because this is funny. But, yep, still blocking. Yep, let's go for the new versions. Alright, so next Visage is Visage from version 6.0, or 6.02 actually. It was 6.0.0 I think, but I couldn't load the map, so here we are with the 2 versions ahead. And this Visage is much more balanced and Visage that actually makes sense, because the previous versions, let's be honest, that was just ridiculous and just spells put together without any reasoning, okay, which was most heroes. But right now, 6.20. If you are wondering why we are that further ahead, because as you can see, the map is still not there, but it is definitely much more similar, at least the size, I think, of the map that will be in the future the DotA map, okay? So, I actually skipped the whole 5-point versions because there was no change. Everything was same. There was few changes, very minor. One spell changed, the death pack changed into the dispel, like the classic dispel. Dispels or does more damage to the summon units, dispels buffs, and it's an area effect. That was it. And then they actually, like 10 versions ahead, they changed it back to the death pack. So nothing changed from the 4.0 beta something version to the 5. So the only change right now with the Visage is in a 6 version, in a 6 versions. So here we go. You will see some resemblances and some names that are used, as you can see, Soul Assumption and Grave Chill. So let's start with the Grave Chill, which is, in effect, same as the recent version, okay? Enemy, it's a cast on target. An enemy, hero, or creep, you can cast it on the creep also, loses 10% of attack speed and 10% of movement speed. And this speed, as you can see, is applied to Visage. Actually, his own percentage. So Visage gains 10% of attack speed, and Visage gains 10% of the movement speed because of he cast it on the enemy. So it's a classic hunting spell of Visage. You are slowing enemy and you are becoming faster. That is absolutely same as the newest version of the Visage, okay? The only thing changing will be probably the percentage. There's a 40-40, maybe it's a little less, maybe 32 I'm thinking, but it's pretty similar and same spell. But right now, all the other spells are different. So let's start with Soul Assumption, which right now is, you know, the bar that is filling and blah blah blah. You know the recent version. So Soul Assumption was, and I remember playing this version, okay? This I definitely remember playing. It's an orb. It's classic orb. You can auto-cast it, you can cast it by hand. So Soul Assumption is T. And that orb is bonus damage, basically, on a cast. So as you can see, 10, 20, 30, 40 bonus damage on level 4. As you can see, the effect of Soul Assumption is actually the same, but it's orb effect, so plus 10 damage right now, and plus 40 is pretty decent, okay? It's pretty decent, plus 40. It won't change a lot, but on level 7, plus 40 is definitely very, very nice. There is something more about the spell, is that when you kill units, it can be, I think it can be even heroes, I'm not really sure though. Yeah, let's go with the heroes even, it's a unit also. So when you kill a unit, okay, it will give you life. Not much, but then again, lining stage, it had to be good, okay, because if you are killing unit on a line with this, you will gain, right now I'm gonna gain 30 life, which is not that much, but you know, if you are good with the lazating, you can definitely out-heal your opponent just by doing this, okay, harassing him, then heal. In the future, you wouldn't need basically use that many tangos or salves. You would heal like a Bloodseeker, but with a kind of a safer way. You are range, and you are basically using orb as a lazating option. So that's Soul Assumption. As you can see, there's the effect, like the unit is under effect of, you know, you killing him, and that's gonna give you life. So that is the orb effect of the Visage, Soul Assumption. I like that. It's pretty smart. It's very good on lining stage. Like, it could be even used these days, you know, bonus damage and gaining life while killing units. That could work, okay? It would scale pretty badly in late game or mid game, which, you know, I think there's like people are, or you know, Icerock and Valve, right now Icerock and Valve are trying to, I think, balance the game, that the heroes are scaling okay coming to mid game, late game. Right now this would be just for beginning, because bonus damage, alright, that's cool every time, but 40 life returned, not really sure about that. Next spell is Anonymous Dead, and links 5 units together, causing them to share 21% of their damage. Or the damage done to them, okay? So it's only on friendly units, I think. I have to check. Yes, it is. So it's on friendly units. I'm gonna search for new ones. I'm gonna just see how long it lasts. Probably forever, it seems. So, this is a new creep wave, okay? This is gonna be destroyed very soon. So what it means is that... Look at the damage dealt, let's say to this. We have to wait for a new wave of creeps. Just a second, just a second. Alright, there we go. So look at the damage that they will be dealing to my creeps. Let's say this one. Now I'm gonna cast it. See the damage? It's much more lowered. And that's just because they're under effect of the anonymous death, okay? What it does is very simple. It 21% of the damage, it seems. It seems like they are... Okay, the 21%, which I think 21% of creep is actually not that much, but 21% of creep, that seems like almost zero, but you know, in the theory it should... the same damage, 21, should go to all of them, which is weird. That's actually a very weird spell to me. Because it looked like all of them are taking the same damage. See? The same damage is, I think, applied to all of them, which, if it was like 21, so if there are 4 units, each unit gets 5, okay? 5 damage. Or 5% of the 21% damage. If it's 3, then it gets, you know, 7% of the 21% damage. So not really sure about this. How can it be used? Okay, if you have, you know, this is not on the creeps, obviously, it's on the heroes. So you have you hero here and hero here, 3 heroes, and 25% is transferred to all of you, which wouldn't make sense, because why would you damage by same damage your allies? I think it has to be that, you know, if it's 3 units, then each unit takes 7. If it's 4, each unit takes 5% of damage of that damage, of that 21 damage percent. Yep, so that is it. More units, better, but it can be pretty destructible to your allies, I think, sometimes. I don't see a reason for the spell to be in DotA right now. It seems weird. It seems it will do more harm than a good, okay? So, let's ignore this spell. I think it's not good. It doesn't sound good. And as you can see by the creeps, it does a lot of damage to the other ones, okay? You are taking less damage, but you are all taking some additional damage. So it's like, okay, whatever. This spell, not good. Alright, so let's look onto ulti. I'm just gonna cast my last one, just a second. Alright, the ulti is summoning. It will stay same forever and in the future, so the ulti with Visage is summoning. As you can see, it's a little different. There's definitely some reskinned gargoyles, okay? They are not called gargoyles anymore, but I want to call them that. The funny thing about the spell, even in the future, they didn't fix this, is that they still act, I think, as a huge unit, okay? They are small, but if you do this, see? They still act like they are the big gargoyles. It's kind of funny. So right now if I do this, alright, I'm gonna put them like together in a stack. See? They are still taking a lot of space. So there you go. This is the first bug that we kind of see with the Visage. It's kind of weird, and it will be pretty apparent that you cannot really put them together because they will do this all the time. I think in the future it's even worse. I remember this just doing a lot of things. Even there was a problem of them not really going around them. So this seems actually okay. In the future it was worse, definitely. That's what I remember. So yes, you got these gargoyles. They have no skins, no actually avatar, nothing like that. The damage should be about the same. It's about the same, yeah. 29, 39, 49, it's pretty same. The addition to these creeps is that they have passive ability, Grave Bind, and each attack enchants the damage taken by the target by 1. So, okay, I'm gonna find some creep, like this one, the last one. He's gonna get it. Only with 1, please. Okay, in theory, what it means is that each attack should be +1 to his damage, right? Yep, it should be like 1, you know, additional damage. The next one, additional damage. maybe 2, 3, 4. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a big deal because you are not really attack that unit that many times. Even if it's hero, he's gonna run away, and it will be like 5, 6 times, and they are gonna probably die meanwhile. So I don't think it's just a big deal. So this is it. Okay. It will be, I think, reworked in the future. The same style applies, okay? If you have summons, it can be only 2 or 1, it has to be 20 of them, okay? It has to be many of them, because people like multiple summons in one group. One more thing I'm gonna say about this with old Visage is that this, the ulti, I'm not gonna talk about in future because it will stay same. This ulti was used with multiple styles, actually 2 styles. Yeah, let's go with 2 styles, okay? You had it in one group, because let's be honest, it was 2005 or something like that, and like Micro was okay, but nobody actually cared about this in Dota. I mean, I didn't. I was like, okay, one group and there we go. Because we, transferring to Dota from Warcraft 3 multiplayer, we played, I played micro-oriented units. I played actually orcs as a multiplayer with Warcraft 3, so I was not really microing that much. I had grunts, I had... my tactic was actually making the flying units, which was, one group, so it was not really a big deal. But, yes. The micro was one group, attack with them, all of them at the same time, or sometimes when I don't want one group, don't want to feed the enemy the gold, I was putting them, okay, in some areas to scout, okay? There's 7 of those. In the future, I think it will be even more. So I was putting him like here. You can actually see the, their vision because I have cheats on that will reveal everything. But yes, this was an additional style to play this hero. All right, just put them on positions and scout the whole map, basically the key points of the map. Scout with them, and then I could be free with my hero. So always I summoned Remnant, I put him somewhere, and I played with my Visage. So that is it. Visage starting from version 6 something. I think it was like 6.0, couldn't actually load it, so there you go. These are the old spells. It will be changed in the future, but most of it will stay same, at least icon-wise. Alright, there we go. So let's go to the future. Alright, so welcome into the last version of the old Visage that I'm gonna show you. I think it's the last version. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is the last version. So, I had to skip a lot of versions, but only one change has been added since the 6.0.0 version, or 6.0.2, and that was the Gravekeeper's Cloak. It did something different, but I'm gonna show you what it does right now, and then we can kind of talk about what we'll do in it, what it did in the past. Okay. So right now I need these creeps to actually come with me. Okay. Watch this creep. Okay, watch this one. This guy. He's passively... this and this guy, okay? Tower's attacking me. And these guys are healing, all of them, from the damage. So what it does, deflects 20% of damage taken onto the 800 AoE as a healing of your allied units. Okay? So you can see, 800 AoE is... Okay, let's go with maybe a little more on the top. Let's go with this. Okay, a little much more further maybe on the right, but this is about 800 AoE. So in this AoE, meaning the whole screen, the whole fight, everybody in that fight from your ally heroes and units will be affected by this, and they will be receiving heal, okay, by 25% of damage dealt to you. Meaning, if it's 100 damage, like somebody attacks me for 100, okay, like there's when, and let's say his hammer does straight 100% damage, okay, without any reductions. And by the way, I don't know how the reductions work, if it's after reduction, which is most possible. So 100 damage, pure 100 damage, okay? It will heal everybody in that 800 AoE by 25%, which is 25. So it will heal them by 25 like this. On that damage incoming, okay, it damages you, it instantly heals them at the same time. That's how Dota works. So that's what it does, you know. That's kind of the tanky Visage, okay, that has been introduced, let's say. Because if you build items on tanking, and there are a lot of, area spells, but you are in the front, so people tend to, maybe with stuns, maybe with some strong spells, or just auto attack, they will tend to focus you if you are in the front, okay? If your allies are here and you are here, They will be focusing you, let's be honest on that. So you are receiving insane damage. Let's say it can be around 1000 damage. Maybe I'm healing myself with a mech. There's additional 500 damage. So 1000 damage dealt to me means 250 heal for everybody in the team fight from my allies. So I'm not really sure how much mech heals, okay? Like maybe it's a 350. It's actually 250 in this version. I'm not really sure in the future one. So mech does 250 and 1000 damage is that's nothing. That's gonna happen with my Visage right now. So I'm basically having free and instant, if it's like in a matter of 2-3 seconds, 1000 damage. So in the matter of 3 seconds, I'm healing everybody on the screen, basically, in that fight, from my allies and the creeps and neutrals, by, if it's 1000 damage, then 250, which is mech in this version. So that's a pretty good spell. That's definitely great ally-oriented teamfight spell. Okay, the next thing was the orb, previously, Soul Assumption. Right now it's a passive also, so we have 2 passives right now. Which is kind of a meh, you know, but it was very easy to play this hero other than the micro, okay? Everything else than the micro of the summoned units was very, very easy. So Soul Assumption right now. Okay, unit dies near Visage, regenerate him, okay, for 4 HPs and give him 6 bonus damage with a max of 2 units. And of course it lasts 30 seconds from the first unit dying, okay? So first unit dies, you have 4 heal, 4 HP heal, which is, you know, okay. Let's level this up at least on 3 so we can see. It's a 12 HP, which is better, and 6 bonus damage, and the max is 6 units, okay. So after the first unit dies, you instantly heal yourself, as you can see right here. Healed myself, and received 6 damage. Right now I should be receiving 26, and this will be 32. You don't have to kill it, just if it dies near you. It shouldn't apply to denies, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, denies don't count. Yep. So only creeps that you are killing, or I'm not really sure if it applies to denies of the. Okay, my denies it doesn't apply, but I have a feeling that it applies to enemy denies. You know, so I'm not really sure. Maybe not. Maybe not. That would be actually pretty balanced if it wouldn't. So as you can see, 44, and that should be the maximum. Oh, 50 is the maximum. And when you kill the first creep, there's of course cooldown starting from that moment on the first additional 6 damage, okay? So after 30 seconds it will disappear. You can replenish it after that with another kill, but yes, it will disappear after those 30 seconds. The other one, if you kill creep in additional 5 seconds, meaning you have additional cooldown for that, I think. So it's not like, you know, if you kill creep, when you have 50, if you kill creep, it will reset the cooldown. It won't. The cooldowns are kind of like a separate, I think. At least that's what it looks like. But then again, on the line, you will have the additional damage all the time because, you know, if you're... I'm not gonna assume that the enemy hero is gonna deny all the creeps, okay? So you are, you know, even missing glass hits, you'll be increasing your damage just being on the line. So passively, you'll be getting stronger. You'll be getting, you know, more damage, which is kind of awesome. In a sense that, you know, very passively doing nothing, you'll be receiving in the end 6 units, 6 damage, so 36 damage, just like that, just by staying on the lane. And in the team fights it grows like kind of exponentially because, you know, the units just, some area spells, unit just dies, and that's your time basically receiving the damage. By the way, this was probably just on the lining phase. More damage, meaning better last hits, better harassment with this, you know, attack speed. It could be used probably better on mid. You know, recent Visage is much more used on the line than on the mid, let's say, because he's got the Soul Assumption with the bar and the, you know, the souls. But this could be used very much on the mid, just getting the bonus damage passively, doing nothing actually, and yeah, just basically getting advantage over the enemy hero just by increasing your damage. Alright, that is it. That is it of the old Visage. I showed you the ulti, it's absolutely same. You have the 7 remnants, and as I said, only how to play these was one group, or put them on a scouting over the map. Alright, that is it. No other changes to Visage. Other change was this reworked, and this reworked. Nothing between that, okay? You see the vision of this guy. I think that's why I was telling you about the vision, because It's a normal flying unit, it gives you a lot of vision, so if you put all over these places the key points, okay, Roshan, runes, you will be, your map, let's say, if I'm gonna focus on a Scourge map right now, Scourge Forest, and, you know, their side, it's gonna reveal everything. Everything important to you is going to be revealed by these. So that's why I was telling you about, you know, there was two ways how to play this. Scouting, and the second one was, of course, one group and kind of increasing your damage with all these summons. So that is it. That is the Visage. It could be kind of longer, but then again, there was a lot of changes, and I had to even the Visage from the past. There was one more spell, some nuke in like version 3 something, maybe 0.3 something, like really beta alpha maybe versions, but that was kind of weird. I just wanted to show you the Visage, like a Visage. So that is it. Next one is Nyx Assassin, and then I think people like this series, so I'm gonna do more heroes, but you have to kind of understand it takes time, because I have to go through all the versions. I have to switch versions of Warcraft. That's important to say. It's not just the maps, it's even switching versions of Warcraft to do it, because, you know, these past versions, they are about 5-6 versions of Warcraft. I'm kind of working around that because I found a way, which is very complicated. It's not complicated, but, you know, I had to Google like, I don't know, 30 minutes, and it's hard to explain, so I won't. it's just there. Alright, that's it. Next hero, as I said, Nyx Assassin. Then I'm gonna continue, and I think I'm gonna tend to cover heroes that are famous, okay? We have kind of most played heroes in Dota 2, so maybe I'll go with that. Like a Patch, let's say. Maybe Ricky even. So those probably will be the first heroes after these 3 recent ones. So that's it, thanks for watching, and yeah, there we go.